Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me move my little handy dandy. Isn't that beautiful? I love the colors on this thing. My handy dandy microphone. Let me move it a little closer. And there we go. Hey, welcome. Gonna put on my kissing potion, cherry flavored, from the 70s. Oh, I just got the notification on my phone. Notifications are working. That means maybe it went out to everybody else at the same time. So hopefully people joining the live will be here soon. If you're watching on replay, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me to check out crazy crime stories in Cambodia. Indeed. And I also want to start off with a little bit of commenting about a comment that I received on one of my videos. I think you might enjoy that as well. And to wrap it up, I think after we're done with the crime stories, I did come across a in memoriam video of who's passed away this year. So I thought maybe that'd be nice to go through and see, you know, who did we know about? Who did we not know about? Yeah. So that's our plan for this evening. I guess I will get to it. Share the screen. So this is a video. I'll pause it. We don't need to watch it. We can watch it, but we don't need to watch it. So I had originally done a video called "The Best Place to Live in Phnom Penh," being Choi Chang Bar, where I live, and so that still has traction. I don't know, that hit the sweet spot in the algorithm, and nothing else I've done. Well, a few shorts have gotten more than 1,000 views here and there, but like since I made this video a year ago, like I was making it in January. I probably finished it and uploaded it in February because I think it was around Valentine's Day that I had uploaded it. And it is still getting traction. Not this one. This one didn't hit the algorithm, but the other one did. And one of the comments was people asked me, you know, where shouldn't I live in Phnom Penh? Where are the places to avoid living? I thought, you know, hey, Frugal is in the house. Woohoo. So I thought, you know, that is a great topic for a video. And then I finally went about and did it. And it's just a quick, it's only like, it's less than 4 minutes. Right. And I get, and today I got a comment, and I love getting comments, even if people are criticizing me. I still love it. I love that they took the time to write their opinion. And actually, I think we should watch this. So let's do it. Let's watch this, and then that way you have some background for their comment. And let me just note that they kind of the gist of everything that they say is that I'm complaining about Phnom Penh. So those of you that know me know that I love living in Cambodia. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched it since I saw his comment. So I'm going to be watching it with fresh eyes as well. Am I complaining about Cambodia in this video or not? And then we'll look at the comment. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure. Let me turn up the volume. Okay.
Welcome to Phnom Penh. Today I'm going to show you where not to live.
The first area I want to show you is called Lakeside. Now, there is no more lake, but it still hangs on to the name Lakeside. The lake was filled in several years ago, and a lot of the buildings in this area are very old. Before the pandemic, it was becoming more of an arts bohemian kind of center. But after the pandemic, it really just became more of a place for drug users. So while I'm here during the day, and that's all you see, at night, it is not the best place to be. There are still some remnants of street art in the area, but I wouldn't want to live here. So the next area I want to show you is on Street 51. It's between streets 154 and 172. This is the area that I'm talking about. Street 51 is also known as Pasteur Street. On the right, where you see a construction wall, it used to be Golden Soria Mall. And on the left side is the infamous Heart of Darkness, which is a club. And at the end of the street, you have Pontoon, where this area is probably what I would consider the most dangerous area, especially at night, because there are gangs, there are thieves, there are scammers, there are just people up to no good. There's every kind of vice that is being serviced, including children. So this is not an area I like to hang out around on, and certainly I would not want to live here. Finally, we have Street 136 on the riverside. While it's very popular for people to visit, I wouldn't want to live here. It's what we call girly bars. In the daytime, it's not as colorful as it is at nighttime. But you can get the idea of all the bars after bars after bars. They'll have women sitting outside waiting to take care of your needs. And it's very popular for people to go and drink here if that's what they're looking for. But as far as finding some place to live, it wouldn't be here in this area. If this video was helpful, please like and don't forget to subscribe. And I also have another video on the best place to live in Phnom Penh. Thanks for watching.
All right. So that was that. So now let's look at the comments. Let me see. Okay. So here is this comment that I just got. Let me open it all the way up to read more. I'm going to open up my reply too. Okay. It says, staying in riverside areas is like staying near Times Square and acting surprised. It is loud, dirty, and, quote, sleazy. Get real, do your homework, and stop complaining. All of Phnom Penh is hectic, not unlike most other Southeast Asia cities. But you are far safer in Phnom Penh, except for maybe crossing busy streets, LOL, than in any major US city. Don't go to Cambodia expecting Palm Springs or Overland Park, Kansas. Maybe that's where they're from, because that's like nowhere land, right? Who knows Overland Park, Kansas? Anyway, it is unrealistic, if not delusional. If you want Western comfort and standards, stay in the US. I love Cambodia for being Cambodia, warts and all. We don't need crybaby expats. Do your own research and stop relying on experts to tell you everything you are too lazy to research. Now, there's a lot there that I could comment on, right? And we can discuss a lot more, but let me get right to my reply. I kept it focused. I said, "Hi, Kevin. Thanks for sharing your insight. Since I have lived in Cambodia for 17 years, I agree with you about how people moving here shouldn't have unrealistic expectations. Sorry if it sounded like I was complaining. I actually made this video in answer to a request by someone who commented on my other video about the best place to live in Phnom Penh. Maybe you would like that one better, as it shows a variety of what's available on Troy Chung Bar. Okay. So, what are you guys thinking? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Okay, I'll go on and share my thoughts. Let's see. So the first thing they say here, get real, do your homework, and stop complaining. Okay. Stop complaining. You guys just watched the video with me. Was I complaining at all about living in Cambodia or living in Phnom Penh? I don't think so. I was very objectively sharing these are places that I would not want to live in Phnom Penh, because not every area, is the best place to live. And I never said, well, except for when I was the first two, I did say, there's a lot of drugs. I don't like to go in this area at night at all. So that part was like safe or not. And I think we could say in big cities in the US or in London or Paris or Hong Kong, that you could take a wrong turn and end up in an area that's not safe. So identifying areas that aren't safe is I don't know how I'm knocking living in Cambodia. I love living in Cambodia. I think you guys all know that from my other videos, from my live streams, everything. Do your homework. Yeah, well, yeah. Why do I need to do homework? As I actually live here, and you are far safer in Phnom Penh in general, right? Of course, I came here 17 years ago. So my expectations of living in Cambodia are exactly what I expected. I did not expect Palm Springs or Overland Park, Kansas. I visited in 2006. The first 3 days, I will admit, I felt kind of like, ooh, I'm a world traveler. I'm traveling on my own. Of course, I went to visit someone I had met before. And so then I went to stay with their family in the countryside for 2 weeks. And living in the countryside without running water, without a flush toilet. They had the squat toilet, but without a flush toilet, without wired electricity. They would use a car battery to run a light bulb or run a radio or run a fan. Okay, so there was electricity in that sense that was off of a car battery, but there wasn't like wired electricity. And so that's when I fell in love with Cambodia and decided I wanted to live here. And a year later, in 2007, I moved here. So I don't think I had any unrealistic expectations. And in fact, if anybody's watched the home tour of where I'm living now, I'm quite excited to be living in a house for the first time with a real kitchen, like with a modern kitchen. And he's saying, like, if you want to live like the Western world, right? This is like the first time that the rest of the time I've been living Cambodian style. You have a flat tiled surface with a sink, and that's it. And you get one of these little like camping stoves, basically, that you put cans of butane in, and that's what you cook on, And then I had that for years, And then I finally kind of upgraded to a 2-burner gas stove that was hooked up by a tube to a big can of gas, not gasoline, but like butane type gas. And you had that big can, and when it was empty, you'd call someone to come and pick it up, and exchange it for a full one. And with just a little knobby thing that opens and a valve that opens and closes the gas. And so then I had 2 burners, but it wasn't like pipes with gas, right? Let me see if you have any comments. Ooh, there's some comments. Okay, let me see. Chalet saying good morning. Chalet in the house. Frugal says, you've been shot twice and stabbed once in Florida. I feel much safer in Cambodia. Absolutely, I do too. Dang, where did you live in Florida? Chalet says. And what was your profession? You lived in Tampa. So you in the club, Chalet says. You were a college student. Oh, you were at college, you got stabbed. It's not everyday things like that happen. I'm just curious. That's a story. Yeah, that's definitely a story. Well, Frugal, there's a topic for your channel. So everybody, if you want to know more about that, about Frugal's life, his channel is the Frugal Wanderer, and there is a link in my description to both Frugal and to Chalet. If you like music, Chalet is always doing little shorts with music and stuff, and both of them are in my description. Yes, you can tell it while talking over. Yeah. So I look forward to that, Frugal. I mean, you've told me a few stories, but and Gibbo is in the house. So we're going over this comment, guys, that was about one of my videos. Frugal says, nope, not going to bring that one up on my channel. Talking UFOs was enough. Okay. Well, then maybe I need to interview you for my channel, and then you can talk about it on my channel. Or not, Okay. So speaking of having these wrong expectations, it says it is unrealistic, if not delusional. Sure, if somebody has those kinds of expectations. I've even had people that I've known over the years that had been living in Thailand and decided, this is especially when their visa requirements changed. So a lot of people from Thailand came over to Cambodia thinking, well, the visa's easier, the culture's not that much different. So they thought it would be easy to transition from Thailand to Cambodia. It's all Southeast Asia. And they were wrong, and their expectations, not even from the West to Cambodia, but just from Thailand to Cambodia, had them running back after 3-4 months. They went back to Thailand. They figured they'll sort out their visa issues. And now people who want to stay in Thailand, they kind of got their system, they got their rhythm back, and how to stay in Thailand. But yeah, having the wrong expectations can make life really hard for you here. And I think Frugal talks about it a lot as well, that that's it. We are living in their culture in Cambodia, and so it's our job to adapt. That being said, there is plenty of Western, not culture, but like living standards. If that's what you want, you can live in a modern condo or a modern house in a beret in a gated community. I live in a gated community, but I live in an older one. In fact, it was the first one ever built in Phnom Penh about 25 years ago now. But there's modern berets, these gated communities all over, and they have completely modern houses. You can live in one of those, you can live in a condo, you can go out to luxury restaurants, you can go to luxury shops, and never see the dirty side of Cambodia, if that's what you want. I don't see the rest of Cambodia as dirty. I don't. People used to think that, like, they would see these big piles of trash on the sides of the roads. And it's like, look at all the trash in Cambodia. But no, there was a system. People would put their trash in bags. And I think there's some areas that still do. And the trash trucks would come around at night. And so there was a designated spot on each street that people would pile up their bags of trash. And then the trash truck would come along and pick up all the trash. And then in the morning, there's no more trash. But I guess some people are maybe up late at night and then they're not really out early in the morning. And I don't know. Or they just see what they expect to see in that sense. Is there fireworks tonight? Because there was a big boom that sounded like fireworks. Unless it was some kind of bomb going off. I'm trying to wait if there's another one. We need to put the thunder jackets on the dogs if they're going to be they're already starting to whine. Chani! Samto! I'll have Chani come and say hello to you guys for a minute. Or maybe I could play a video. 3 minutes. Would that be enough? Chani! Let's see. Let me see your comments while she's coming. Come here! Samto! Come here! Samto! Tao Ken Kenyom! Oh my gosh, there's a lot of comments. Well, you did bring it up, now you're interested. Jimmy says, oh, you got out of the basement. Play 3 minutes. Kenyam Chkai, you sit here. Okay, I'm going to look at your comments in a minute. Let me play something. Kenyam Chkai, you sit here. Let me watch a video. Play something she might be interested to watch. How to make the tuna. They're really whining. I know. There's a tour of my new house. Oh, since we're talking about that, you guys want a tour of the house? Like at the beginning.
Okay, here's the tour of my new house. Oh, I like this part here too. So we'll start on this side. And there's aircon. Oh, good, a nice big wall there. I can put a cabinet or a bookcase or something. And then on this side is the kitchen. Nice big space here as well. Place for the refrigerator. All the wonderful cabinets. And for the stove is the gas underneath. Right? Yeah, under there's the gas tank. And all the drawers. Oops, not that one here. It has drawers. And the sink is like this. Okay. So there's a big one and a small one. Ooh, I only have one right now. And this nice little shelf. Yeah, and glass cabinets here, and more drawers. Oh my gosh, I haven't had drawers in so long. I'm excited. And there's curtains here, so you can make it private. There's an outlet. There's another outlet over there. Okay. And then the stairs going up again, there's curtains here. So this is the living room. There is the cable outlet and the regular outlet. Another outlet here. Oh, I think that's Wi-Fi. Maybe for the Wi-Fi cables. Like that. And these in the middle, these three in the middle have screens, open with screens. You can see that. I'm glad there's a lot of plugs. This is so big. I'm debating if I want to use this or have him take it out. I'm not sure. Ah, okay. I couldn't remember where the other bathroom. So there is a bathroom downstairs for people visiting. So this would be the Airbnb room. Oh, sorry. So I'm thinking about putting bunk beds here. I have a bed, but it might be too big for right here. I'm not sure. And then here would be a wardrobe and maybe the desk. I don't know, figure out where to put the desk. But at least, let me come back here. I can take a screenshot of this area. And then you have this whole wall here. And I'll go out there after. Oh, look at this. How cool is that? Okay, I go upstairs. Here we go. Beautiful stairs. And this out here is actually a patio, which I'll show you in a minute, but you can see where it is in relation to the house. Okay, so when you come to the top of the stairs, that's the master bedroom. This is gonna be my closet. Oh, there's a nice space here. I forgot about that. Okay, good space. And that'll make my office. And then check this out. There's a whole section here for storage. So I'm gonna I already have some shelves that I've had made, maybe make some more shelves and put them in here. Of course, this will all be in stages. That looks like internet wire. Okay, so master bedroom. Currently has this bed. I'm thinking about putting my vanity and a chair here and putting my bed here. So you can see, so maybe have my bed here and then when you come in and, well, of course there's space for shelves or something there. Cabinets, and then this is the bathroom. Okay, nice bathroom. Look at this, even has nice little shelves and stuff. How cool is that? And I haven't had things like that. Oh, even look at this. Very beautiful. I hate pink, but that's all right. I can live with it. So let me show you the patio out here. Okay. Oops, one more. Is it? Can you? Oh. Okay, I'll show you the other rooms and come back to that. Okay. He's on the phone talking. Oh, yeah, can I see the outside? Really quick. Check this out. So I've got this nice patio, like this, and also going that way. But there's mangoes right there. You can see I can pick mangoes. How cool is that? And then, okay, so this wardrobe I want to move downstairs, but I can maybe put some cabinets there. So there's a bathroom, and there's this whole area. This is like a fold-out table. And then there's this area. So I think I would put my desk this way. And there's a whole bathroom. All the bathrooms are full bathrooms. And so good. I have a nice big wall here with outlets. That's one thing is like, it seems like they've added plenty of outlets. There might even be an outlet on this side. Okay, so then this would be my closet. This side would be my clothes racks here. And then I was thinking I could put the other bunk bed here, because I have 2 bunk beds. So one downstairs in the Airbnb room and one here in case I have a guest, then they can come and stay. And hello, what? Oh, so pretty. Mhm. And there's even a nice little small balcony outside here. Yes, in a bathroom. Hello. So there's a second wardrobe. So you have to think about like what furniture I want him to remove that I don't need. Can own. The I can't open the door. Own. Can I open the door? Okay, here he comes. Yeah, so I don't need this bed. You can probably take the pictures and stuff too so that I'm not responsible for them. So here is a nice big patio. Mm-hmm. And not only is it like the size of the bedroom, but then it goes down here. Right? So, which has this already on the top. So I think with that framework that it will be pretty easy to have a screen in the whole area. And then I was thinking I might make like a little cat walkway coming off of here.
Okay, now.
What? Water? Oh, this way? Yeah. Oh, and there and
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah. Firework?
Outside.
Must be private control.
Yeah. Oh, you hot.
Yeah, hot doesn't mean temp. It means. Oh, now there's 3 replies. Oh no, that's somebody else. Oh, where's the one? Don't tell me they like removed it. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me catch up on your comments. Okay. Chalet and Gibbo. Gibbo says you had 1 child without drugs. Samesies, Chalet. 2 more to go. I know, I also had 3. And a tubal pregnancy on Christmas Day. Ooh. Yeah, that would not be fun. Gibbo says, I know I've gone teetotal as well since the end of August. This is Frugal says he is adaptable. I love not being in the West. Me too. Chalet says, live where you love where you live. Sounds like lyrics of a song. Waldo. Gibbo is correcting himself. Walt. Oh, you've gone teetotal Waldo? Okay, that's an expression I've never heard before. Nobody wants to look at that all day and night. Probably would smell around there. Hopefully it's not near the houses. Yeah, when the trash. Yep. Gibbo says, I don't want no more children. Molly ruined my body. But if the boss says she wants more, then she's the boss. Oh, Chalet's dog is named Molly too. Gibbo says, now we are just like socks today, pairing up. Frugal says, no more kids for me. Yeah, no more kids for me. Oh, there's the emoji. See, I knew you guys had emojis for for Chani. Gibbo, Frugal doesn't want the government finding him, so stopped repopulating after filling Canada with little Frugals. So is that where you're sitting right now? Tell us where you are now in the house. Oh, what I said was the master bedroom. That's where I am. Trinitario B. See, I can't see your whole name. Trinitario B traveling. All right. Good morning from Baltimore, Maryland. Absolutely. Chalet, Happy New Year. Chalet, very cool place. Gibbo, this is an amazing place, almost as nice as Shelley's spare shed. Yeah, rich, not rich. Rich with being blessed with by friends like you. That's nice, Chalet. Oh no, this man said I lived on a dirty creek. He's a loser. Like you're some hillbilly. Well, you do have one persona that's a hillbilly with pigtails. Oh, you hate pink. How dare you? Oh yeah, the lights in the bathroom. I know exactly. Were you just in a marathon? Yeah, downstairs, upstairs. Oh, and then the one of the dogs, Popeye, went around the house. So I had to like walk after him and bring him back to the dog run. Must have won first place. Oh, thank you, Chalet. Okay, then I'm caught up on. So let's get back to these comments. If you want Western comfort and standards, stay in the U.S. Actually, you can have them in Cambodia if that's what you want. And Kevin Adams 9468 says, I love Cambodia for being Cambodia. So do I. Warts and all. So do I. We don't need crybaby expats. I agree. Do your own research. See, I find that interesting. What am I supposed to be researching? Because I live here 17 years. Bless their heart. I guess this was the only video that they had seen of mine, so all fair to Kevin. I'm not dissing him for not knowing that about me. Right. But okay, there are people like he's thinking I am that are here in Cambodia. They don't try to learn the language. They look down on people as savages that need to be cultured, that need to learn real society and everything, etc. Like they need to change to be more modern and more civilized. Okay, there are people like that. Sorry, he thinks that I'm one of those because I'm not. And you guys all just saw Chani. You guys know Chani. I mean, lives with me. He'd probably think that was some kind of missionary complex too. Anyway, stop relying on experts to tell you everything. Not a single person, expert or not, told me anything. All of what I said and where I showed in that video is based on my own personal experience and knowledge of being there, going to these places and knowing them. And not to mention, some of you guys know that my 30-something-year-old son lives here and he frequents these kind of areas. And he's gone to the hospital several times. And so I know about gangs of people beating up on other people because I've had to take him to the hospital. All right. So, I'm not relying on anybody else to tell me anything, expert or not. It's all personal knowledge. And then you're too lazy to research. Why would I research Cambodia? That sounds like I don't even live here. Like maybe he thought I was a tourist and I just didn't like these areas. I never even said one judgmental word about Street 136 and the girly bar areas. I even said a lot of people like to come here. They enjoy going to these bars and having the attention of these girls. I'm not even judging people for liking that kind of entertainment. Right? I mean, there was not even one single judgmental word about that. So there you go. There's that. Yes, we don't believe him. You are entitled to your opinion and to your perception. Yeah. So I appreciate that he took the time to write all of that because it helps my algorithm. You know, so are we ready for crime stories? It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm ready. Let me switch to sharing this tab instead. Here we go. My times. Skip through all the like normal news. This is nice though. 12 critically endangered wild white-shouldered ibisses have been successfully relocated. So that's nice. Investigation after foreigner found dead in the street. All right, so let's see what this story is about. There they are, dead in the street, in front of his house. Residents were shocked to find a foreign, and oh my gosh, please, does this look like Street 138? I mean, 136 that we were just talking about? Can I get a name? Oh, maybe it'll on Road 13. I could not have timed this better. All right. Street 13 in Psa Kandal 1. Yes. He was lying dead on the sidewalk in front of his house. According to information from residents at the scene, before the incident, they saw the man sitting next to a metal cart in front of an apartment building. The man seemed to be unwell. People brought him water to drink. Later, they saw him gasping for air, coughing, and lying down. Seeing his discomfort, they ran to see, but they saw the man unresponsive and not making any movements. So the residents contacted the local authorities, including an ambulance, to the scene. Shortly after, the ambulance from the hospital arrived. Medical team came down to examine the body. Unfortunately, he was already dead. So the medical team let the experts continue their work. Then local authorities set up a cordon to prevent anyone from approaching the body and contacted the forensic experts to come down and examine the cause of death in order to continue with the procedure. They don't identify what country he may have been from. Trying to think if he's Chinese or if he's from a Western country. He's got black hair, but lots of people have black hair. Doesn't mean they're Asian. Might have been a drug overdose, or he was just having a heart attack. Could have been having a heart attack because of a drug overdose. The Matrix, I know. Isn't that crazy? But he wasn't beat up or anything. You know, it's not like that kind of safety issue. And people were concerned for him. You know. All right, next story. Louts and Yobs. Louts arrested after attack with an arsenal of weapons. So 6 Yobs have been arrested. There they are, and they're holding their weapons that look like pipes. These are the type that hang out on Street 51 that I was talking about. When I said there's gangs, this is what I mean. Guys like this. And they've beat James over the head with pipes and rocks and stuff. 6 Yobs have been arrested, and more are being sought after a savage attack on rivals. But this was in Sihanoukville, or at least the province of Sihanoukville. 9 men riding a motorbike. That's written badly. A group of 9 men riding a motorbike. Oh, and driving a car. Okay, so you could have like 3 or 4 on a motorbike and then 5 in a car or something. Okay, attacked and cut down a group of 5 victims on 2 motorbikes, causing 2 injuries, damaging 1 motorbike before fleeing the scene. They were all 18 to 21, except for one person was 27. And a 19-year-old and 2 other people escaped. They seized axes, iron plates, and other weapons. The altercation started after a traffic accident where the suspect riding a motorcycle collided with the victim near Cafe Brown. The suspect then fled on his motorcycle, and the victim chased him on his motorcycle to ask for help. Currently, the suspects and the evidence have been brought to police station. Interesting. So the suspect wanted money for the accident. So he chased the guy, but then all his friends came, and then he ended up becoming the victim. All right. What you guys are saying? Nothing new. Rains expected. Illegal gambling den raided. U.S. fugitive wanted on sodomy charge arrested in Cambodia. An American fugitive wanted on a sodomy charge has been located and arrested in Cambodia. And a detective from Josephine County's Sheriff Office in the United States, in the U.S. state of Oregon. I guess Cambodian police say they were unaware of the case. So good. He's been located and arrested. And so waiting for extradition, I guess. And the parade. A military police officer was arrested for drug crimes. Chinese tourist drowns as a speedboat capsizes. Cruises to bring more tourists to Cambodia. There has been an impressive rise in the number of foreign ocean liners docking at Sihanoukville in the last several months. And I hope more do. They only dock for one day, and I thought, well, what can you do? I mean, Sihanoukville for one day? You don't even get to see Angkor Wat? Like, what is up with that? That would be horrible. You would have a horrible impression of Sihanoukville. So I went online and I searched for people's like TripAdvisor reviews and things like this. And apparently there are excursions available that take you to a fishing village and take you up to Bokor Mountain and take you to Kep and Kampot and everything. So you aren't stuck in Sihanoukville unless you don't get that excursion and then you just get a tuk-tuk and go into Sihanoukville. Ugh, that would be scary. Well, I mean, because it's, whatever. I don't think that would be a good impression of Cambodia. Is this our expressway now? Oh, that's where the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 rows to get through like the gate to get, like the toll booth to get onto the expressway. Nice. Phnom Penh police get tougher on juvenile delinquency. They've got a plan. They unveiled their plan to double their efforts. Good. And the Battambang governor is calling for decisive action on crime, mostly illegal border crossings. 87% of the population has access to clean water, 92% to sanitation. Excellent. The Ministry of Environment is launching a plastic-free national roads campaign and encouraging people to get out and pick up trash on the roads. Nice. Good for him. Demining efforts go on and continue. Did you guys see when I held the rat, the demining rat? They're famous. They can sniff out the bombs, and they're so light that they don't trigger them. And so on the Peace Day event, they had the demining dogs and the demining rats. And they said, would you like to hold one? I'm like, yeah. So I got to hold one of the famous demining rats. Yeah, Chalet says good. Yes, let's crack down on crime. This is nice. S21 Genocide Museum calls for youth to visit and learn the past. Yeah, Chani doesn't know a lot. There was even one night I asked her, I said, well, you remember the bridge tragedy? Of course, through Google Translate. And she's like, no, what are you talking about? And then so we looked it up, and she had no idea that the bridge tragedy, where almost 400 people died in a stampede during Water Festival in Phnom Penh, like maybe 10 years ago now or something, at least 10 years ago. She had no idea that had happened. And so I was like showing her all the news stories and things about it. And so she was learning. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know about the Pol Pot time, as they like to call it. Irrigation. Ooh, students receive moral education in accordance with Buddhist principles. You know what? At this point in life on Earth, any moral principles being taught in school, I think is a good thing. Keep people on the straight and narrow. When they get older, they can learn about different religions and stuff, but let's get that core morality back in people. I'm up with that. Buses for migrant students education. National Bank is taking action to combat counterfeit US dollars. Good. Ooh, it's Prahok time. There's one season a year where they fish for the special kind of fish in the Tonle Sap Lake that can be made, that's to make Prahok, which is a fish paste, a fermented fish paste. And so it's Prahok season. Woohoo! Every time, I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I was born in San Francisco at the Presidio, which doesn't exist anymore. In fact, George Lucas or something has like a big, like where the actual hospital that I was born used to be is now like DreamWorks or something. It's a big compound of some tech thing or something. Let me look. I don't want to be wrong. Let me look real quick. Letterman Hospital Presidio. Should be enough for Google to find it. Was transferred to the National Park Service. Decommissioned in 1994. What happened to it? Here we go. Come on, tell me who built the complex on it now. It's giving me all this like historic stuff about the hospital itself. Now. Letterman Digital Arts Center. Lucasfilm. Okay. So the actual area where the hospital used to be, it's been torn down, and they built the headquarters for Lucasfilm, the Yoda Foundation, and the Letterman Digital Arts Center, which is open to the public. I told my mom, I said, go over there and like scoop up just a little bit of the dirt and into like a baggie or something and send it to me, because it's like a Native American tradition that you should have like a little pouch or something with the land, with a bit of the land where you were born. So I thought, oh, well, that's kind of a cool tradition. Okay, anyway, back to crime stories. There's the Chinese tourist found dead after boat accident. Again, they do like especially on the weekend, they'll have a weekend writer that just kind of like gets a little bit of stories, and then on Monday, the regular team kind of goes over and does the stories properly. Man dies in Phnom Penh smash 50 minutes into 2025. The first road traffic victim. Sad, sorry for your family. Disgraced ex-tycoon is appealing his sentence. Ooh, Cambodia and the port in Pria Sihanouk is poised to become the ASEAN hub within 15 years. Police arrest 25 youth gang members in a major crackdown. Look at them in their orange shirts and shorts. Linked to 13 criminal cases following an extensive operation. And there's the Cambodia parade that I have pictures of that I need to make for you. Mumsy once asked about the Cambodia sees surge in drug arrests and seizures. So, and this is like a picture with, oh, I guess these are the criminals that had all this drugs in one seizure. Ooh, over 20,000 to join 46th Victory Day celebrations on January 7th. Oh, let's look at this because I have invitations, so I'm gonna be there with Chani. I have 2 invitations. So this is from last year. It's quite a performance. Over 20,000 people are expected to attend. And I'm sure that they're going to have all kinds of security. Victory Day is a national celebration. All officials participating in the event must exhibit discipline and act as guardians of security. Although our nation enjoys full peace, we must remain vigilant to maintain order and safety. He urged people to join the celebration by displaying the national flag in front of their homes and maintain cleanliness in their surroundings. And there's going to be lots of law enforcement officers around, security forces. This day serves as a reminder of our nation's resilience and the sacrifices made to rebuild our country. It also underscores, this is a guy that's like a political party leader. So he says it also underscores the party's efforts to unite the nation and achieve full peace through the Paris Peace Agreements on October 23rd, 1991. Ooh. So opposition parties aren't going to be too happy with that because because while the Cambodia People's Party would kind of celebrate the 7th of January, they liked to celebrate October 23rd for the Paris Peace Agreements. Although it was leaders that are members of the Cambodia People's Party that actually signed it, I think. Talk about the win-win policy, like the win-win monument, has brought unparalleled peace and national unity, and a foundation for Cambodia's democratic and multi-party system established through the 1993 elections. And a Khmer history expert at the Royal Academy of Cambodia reflected on the dire conditions under the Khmer Rouge regime when Cambodians were subjected to forced labor, starvation, lack of education, and the absence of basic freedoms. After January 7, 1979, Cambodians regained their rights and freedoms, ushering in a period of peace, development, and prosperity. Of course, it also began a civil war that finally ended in 98, which is what Peace Day celebrates, that final ending. But this marks the fall of Phnom Penh. That's the day troops took Phnom Penh, and basically the Khmer Rouge went running to their strongholds and then continued fighting in their strongholds. But the nation as a whole was no longer under the Khmer Rouge. Shirley says, I'm not carrying around a bag of dirt. Well, I thought maybe I would like just put it in a place of honor in my house or something. You were just outside picking weeds. So yeah, it's this is controversial, the 7th of January. For some people, it's controversial. But I choose to look at it as a moment in history that should be remembered. You know, I don't think you need to be political about it, even though it is one of the political parties that organizes the event. Yeah, that's true. But regardless of that, I still think the day should be celebrated. So that's why I go. Oh, E. coli was confirmed in a mass food poisoning in sandwiches. Let's see. What else do we got? Unprecedented sighting of 22 saurus cranes. Good. Including 8 young birds. Good. In a wildlife sanctuary. That's good. Ministry provides over 400 motorbikes for healthcare activities in the provinces. Good. So doctors can go visit. Oh, well, it's to assist in taking vaccines to remote areas. Oops. Okay, enough said. There's another drug seizure picture. 330,000 tourists visited Siem Reap on New Year's Eve. Frugal was there. I was here at the big parade and then this is the statue. This is the statue right here. Well, not a statue, but like a billboard kind of thing, but fancier than a billboard with the king's picture on it that somebody set on fire. Still no other news about that. Three gangsters arrested in Phnom Penh for a nightclub assault. 3 louts been arrested for a brutal attack on a security guard. Yeah, look at their weapons that they were using. Not nice. Yeah, they look like gangsters. Yeah. Gangs of Phnom Penh. The Little People, Flying Dish, Chinese Corner Cafe, and Grandmother's House gangs all arrested in a crackdown. I bet my son knows the names of these gangs and who are members of them. Look at, they made them shave all the hair off their head and made them wear funny orange clothes. Good. House fire. See, 500 tourists visit Sihanoukville for New Year's Eve. The Seabourn Encore. Parade. Man arrested for declaring war on the Prime Minister and his father. He said that he was a future reincarnation of Buddha and publicly declared war on social media. Demanded that the state's version of Buddhism be replaced by his teachings. Well, I hope he gets the mental health that he needs. I mean, and that's, I'm not saying that as like, oh, I'm a supporter of the Prime Minister's political party. I'm just saying that, like, yeah, if you challenge the government, and not only the government, but Buddhism, which is, okay, there's no separation of church and state. In fact, Buddhism is, the motto of the country is nation, religion, king. And those 3 words in Khmer need to be on any, and if you know how in America, if you just scribble something on a napkin, it's binding. You can take that to a judge and say, look, we had this agreement. A handshake, a verbal agreement, is also binding if you can prove it. It's just harder to prove, right? You can have a formal contract. If it does not say Kingdom of Cambodia, nation, religion, king at the top, it is not binding in a court of law. I mean, that's how, like, Buddhism is part of the country. And to say, no, you have to do my teachings, that's a little grandiose. let's see, musical maestro Men passed away at 75. Government asked landlords and traders not to increase rent prices because on January 1st, salaries, like they kind of have a basic minimum wage here, which is like just over $200 a month. I can tell you how much. And so now that their wages have gone up, landlords might try to ask for more rent, and so they're saying, don't do that. $208 per month is the basic minimum wage. Is it okay? Oh, Piggy.
Yeah.
Hi, Piggy.
No, play mango.
Oh, because Chani is hugging Mango, and
Mango.
right, and then Piggy gets jealous. Piggy gets jealous if she holds Mango and pets him. So she brought Piggy up here. Okay? Okay. And also, they get like after 1 year, they get 1 month's extra salary as a bonus. Maybe it used to be 208 because it says that on average now they're going to receive a minimum wage of $230 to $300 a month. Oh, okay. So the minimum wage is 208, but some people they're getting that. Yeah, she's showing a picture of Piggy, a video.
Mango.
Mango and Piggy. There's Piggy. Intermission.
Bye bye. Good night.
Wait, you say this.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night. There's Mango. Can you show Mango? Oh, Piggy's like looking at her like, wait, there's Mango. Hey,
Oh.
Piggy. Piggy. Piggy's ready to jump down off my desk and attack Mango.
Mango.
There's Mango. It's following her. Come here, I'll hold you. Come here. He wants tuna. Okay.
Okay.
Well, give him Sraline Piggy. Just give him some love. He'll be happy. Not that difficult. All right, let's see what else there is, and then we'll wrap it up. It's 10 o'clock. Sure you got places to go, people to see, things to do. Ministry of Environment was cracking down on a factory over liquid waste discharge. A company specializing in the production and export of pet chews and related products for its improper discharge of liquid waste into the sea. Well, good. Hospital offers free HPV jabs for girls. That's a thing over in the US now too, isn't it? It says girls age 9 to 11 years to prevent cervical cancer. I don't know. I would like to see some studies if how many people end up infertile. Really, I think it's population control. Not that the Cambodian government is doing that, but the larger, bigger than Cambodia is like telling people that like you need this for cancer prevention. And so they just, oh, okay, yeah, this is what we need to do, you know. Okay, crime. Let's look for crime. Irrigation. Police investigate after photos of brawling vendors on Phnom Penh Riverside published. Look at that picture. Oh, let's look at this one. Wow. Are they fighting over the best spot to, let's see. They're on the riverside in Phnom Penh, shared on social media. Photos are believed to have been taken in front of the royal palace on December 29th. So a couple of days before New Year's. Authorities were investigating the issue because they wanted to make sure nothing was going to happen on New Year's Eve. That's it. Okay, nothing else about it. Love, peace, happiness, and joy. Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. Yeah, you're probably talking about the HPV thing, right? Police chief committed suit. Last time I mentioned that word and on our crime, and it got like, my video's not taken down. It just has a warning on it now. Woman killed by speeding driver in Phnom Penh. See, this is why I don't get in tuk-tuks. I don't take tuk-tuks. Unless it's a driver that I know is going to slow down at intersections and watch for cars and stuff. If they just zig around, really zip, it's too dangerous. Yeah. 25 more illegals deported. 25 Vietnamese nationals. See, here's the story about the sandwiches. Sandwiches and snacks led to a mass food poisoning, and then they found out that it was E. coli and Staphylococcus aureus bacteria. 41 people hospitalized. Team 22 wannabes cut down to size. A gang of wannabe ruffians who styled themselves as Team 22 and proclaimed that they were ready to fight other gangs on social media now face the full weight of the law after being arrested by military police, the gendarmerie. Mm-hmm. 7 Indians, as in from India, arrested over loan sharking. There's an Indian, somebody from Indonesia went to the embassy, or the embassy is claiming that one of its citizens was trafficked. Ooh, a dismembered body found stuffed in a suitcase. What's her name? Sarah something stuffed her boyfriend. We just had that trial this year. Poi Pet City, Chinese man, dismembered body found in the suitcase in a guest room. Poi Pet, that's the border between Cambodia and Thailand. A lot of gambling, a lot of casinos there. Because there's kind of this area that's a no man's land, because Thailand doesn't allow the gambling and Cambodia doesn't allow the gambling. So there's this like no man's land between the borders that they built the casinos. That's my I've never been there. That's my understanding of it. Woo! So the cleaner around 2 p.m. on Sunday, employed by the guest house, was about to prepare the room for new guests when she noticed the suitcase. After entering the room, she saw a big suitcase that gave off a bad odor. The cleaner alerted the guest house general manager, who contacted the police. The autopsy police officers opened the suitcase and discovered the chopped up body of the Chinese man, placed in a black plastic bag and stuffed inside the suitcase. He was stabbed 8 places in the throat and body, with the hands, legs, and head severed and placed inside the suitcase. He was between 20 and 30 years old, but his identity is unknown. Police suspect the murderer knew the victim, believe the crime occurred on the 27th based on the odor emanating from the body, which has been transferred to officials at the Chinese embassy in the embassies in Phnom Penh. They're working hard to apprehend a suspect. but they have yet to identify one. Wow. Wow. I didn't see the headlines for that when it, try to keep up on the headlines. And so I know, oh yeah, it's going to be a good week for crime stories. Look at that one. Look at that one. I missed that one. See if there's any more. Persat, that's a province, court counters allegations of forestry crimes. Someone says they're involved in forestry crimes. The king praises creators of a Khmer language glossary update to contribute contemporary use to the official language. Nice. Critically endangered pangolin released back into its natural habitat. Good. And the Ministry of Environment is ramping up their checks on the waste discharge violations, as like we saw in a previous story. So good. Kokong is looking to restore mangroves. Good. Wonders of the Mekong launches a fish conservation initiative. Good. Excavations on temples. Win-win policy. Ooh, a sun bear was spotted in Phnom Penh Wildlife Sanctuary. Camera traps spotted the sun bear. Good, because they're very endangered, especially for Chinese medicine cures. They want the gallbladder or something. So that's good news. Foreigners arrested for kidnapping of Chinese after mistaken identity shooting. 12 foreign criminals have been arrested for their part in the kidnapping of a Chinese national. A crime connected with a mistaken identity shooting by police that left 2 innocent people injured on Friday. Interesting. The food poisoning, before they found out that this was an earlier story, before they found out it was E. coli. Weather. A bus carrying 68 students and teachers crashed in Kiriram Park. That's a very popular mountain area to go for holidays and go for like ecotourism. A lot of villages in the Kiriram area have homestays. So just injuries. That's okay. Oh, the king pardoned the 13 Filipino women who were jailed for being surrogates. They were convicted and sentenced to 4 years in prison. So they're probably going to get deported back to the Philippines, but at least they won't be sitting in prison for the next 4 years. Oh, there's the mistaken identity shooting. 4 police officers are under investigation after mistakenly shooting at a taxi they believed was linked to the kidnapping case that we just read about. 27 people sentenced to death for smuggling drugs from Cambodia. Oh, this is so. In Vietnam, they have the death sentence. Cambodia, after the genocide, said we are not going to have the death sentence, so they don't have one. There's plenty of life in prison, so. But here, 27 people were sentenced to death for smuggling drugs. Don't do it. After over 200 days on an epic cycle ride, Cambodian cyclist encounters freezing conditions of minus 30 degrees. That would be centigrade, though. In a year-long quest to cycle from Cambodia to Europe. He's currently in Kyrgyzstan, where the weather is minus 30 degrees. And here, this is sad. Maybe a 13-year-old girl jumped off the bridge after being criticized by her family for skipping school and not studying properly. You know, I was thinking I'd like to maybe do some kind of little interview video with Chani, with a translator, with somebody translating for us, so that she's speaking in Khmer, basically for girls like this. I mean, if we can get it on YouTube, I mean, shared on Facebook. I mean, here, Facebook's the big thing. So if she's willing to talk about it and talk about how she felt and how she didn't know at that moment, she didn't know that that life could change, you know, and so you should never feel so bad that you do that. I have to be careful because, like I said last week, my video, it didn't get a strike, but it just got a warning on it. Because if she could reach even one person and save their life, it would be worth it to do it. You know. All right. Let's see. Pharmacy shut down for expired drugs. Kite festival ends after dazzling displays in Siem Reap. Frugal, did you get to see that? I would love to see the kites that have these bamboo pipes on them that whistle. I think that would be absolutely amazing. Idiot gangsters who posed on social media with weapons are busted. All right, let's end with this one. Stupid criminal of the day. So here they are with their machetes, it looks like. They cracked down on 3 gang members after they posted a video on social media showing off knives to each other. They shared it on social media, showing the gang members holding knives and showing each other off. The police commissioner saw it and he ordered an immediate investigation. So now they were arrested for possessing weapons without a permit in front of the secondary school. Oh, guys, not smart. All right, you're young. You're young. Learn from this. Do not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Do not enter a life of crime. All right. These guys are young. I don't know. They look like they would be the type that would be bullied and that like they're trying to act tough against the bullies. You know, I mean, just looking at them and having, you know, I don't need to do any research. I've been here for 17 years. Okay. Firsthand knowledge. That's my expert opinion. So I wish them well. I hope the best for them. That maybe they realize now that's not the way to deal with it, whatever's going on. All right. So that's it for today. I did have an in memoriam, but maybe I'll come back on tomorrow and do that. Before you run away, don't forget that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you're watching this, I love you. I do. But yeah, so I have the in memoriam of 2024 people that passed away. So maybe we'll take a look at that tomorrow if I feel like it. We'll see. And Sunday, definitely crosswords. So have the notification on, then you know if I do something or not. Also need to edit the New Year's Day parade, get that up there before it's not timely. And it's kind of almost not timely as it is. Yeah, hearts. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Just go like that. Hearts. Chalet. Bye. So everybody, catch you later.